So here's a quickie of my chicken tractor. I modified a version from Sow the Land that they did for their meat birds, but this is for my layers. So when they get older, they're a little over 2 months old. There's 5 of them in there. They are sapphire olive eggers. So they're a cross between a dark brown egg layer and a blue egg layer, I think. And so they will get a shade of olive color or green color eggs. And the reason why I got them, I went to Rural King, and they had a 6 chick minimum. And when I looked up the different chickens, they stayed to a small medium size. The largest they get is between, I think, 5 and 6 pounds, and I thought that was a good size to go with, especially since I started with quail, and quail are barely 1 pound. So I really like this setup. I still need to get string, or not string, but rope for this 2 sides so that I can pull it from this side. I already have it on the other side set up. I have my solar charger. I've spent a long time debating about this electric fence. I've lost a lot of quail in the garden. So this is just one barrier from both the dogs getting to it and other critters that want to get to the birds. But I've had quail attacked 2 times by digging underneath to get to the quail because I didn't have a base under it. And then a 3rd time, just yesterday, the other quail that I have, something tried to dig under to get to it, but they also had a wire mesh under them. So even if it got to them, which it didn't, I put a bunch of different barriers down. I have that in my raised bed. I'll show that in a different video. But so this is one prevention. That thing is a second prevention. But I don't really have like something. If something gets in and it tries to dig in right under here, some people have done like somewhere around 1 foot of wire mesh around it. So I'm trying to think of how to do that, because dragging it will be difficult. And I built a 3x8 instead of a 3x6 because these are not for meat chickens. They're going to be in here for their protection for the rest of their lives. I will let them out every now and then, but when I first tried it, one of them, or a couple of them actually, maybe all of them, they just hopped through the larger hole. They were so small. So you see 3 layers of the little holes. 1, 2, 3, oh, actually 4 layers of the little holes. And so little baby chicks actually can just slip out of there. But these guys were about 8 weeks old, and they just fit right through that little hole. And that hole, I'm not going to touch it, but it's only about 4 by 4, I think. And the chickens were getting out. So I will test that after moving it again. Every day I move it. So day 1 they were there, it wasn't that bad. Day 2 it's like a little bit more. Let me go on this side so you can see the difference, because I didn't line it up that good. 2nd day, 3rd day they were here, so I'm moving them there. And then I just moved them this morning. So tomorrow morning I will open that up, take them out, because they don't go out, they don't hop out. One of them kind of hops, but not really. Oh, and by the way, one died the 1st week. Don't know what happened. I just found him under the heat plate and he had passed. So that's why I have 5. So anyway, what I'm going to do is take them out so they don't get run over, because I built it over in the carport, then I put it together here. Actually, I assembled most of it here, just cut it in. And then I dragged it all over here, but I had already put them in. I shouldn't have done that because I kind of ran over a couple of people's legs. Well, chickens' legs. Anyway, so I'm going to let them out, and then I'm going to drag the thing over to this side. The net right now is all the way over there. And I'm going to put that tractor on that side. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days without having to move this pen. Then I'm gonna go watch some videos to see what's the best way to move this. I know Justin Rhodes has a way of, he puts this down and then he doesn't have to pick it all up to move it because he just keeps moving it on his property. So I'm gonna try and figure out how to set it up. I'll have to take it apart probably this first time and set it up where the ends will be a certain way, and I just take it and readjust it. So I'm going to plan to go this way, especially along the edges of here where the grass is dyed so that it kind of gets fertilized. And then I'm going to turn this corner and just kind of hug the side of our fence so that the fence, or the electric fence, and the birds go along the side. And then I'll kind of maybe come back, or maybe I'll just work down. The more down you go, the more the animals come out, and that's my garden where they have attacked my quail in the past. So I also need to leave, I'm kind of weary even of this amount of space. So like an animal could dig under, get to the other side, and then they dig under again. So depending on how I feel today, I may lay down some wire just so that I don't have to move this right now, because I need to go to work, I need to go buy more chicken feed, and I got a lot of other stuff to do. So like when they're back there, there's more than enough space. I like about 6 feet of space wherever I put them around in the electric fence. So that wasn't that quick, but 7 minutes into it, and that is my chicken tractor. I will probably later on do a cut list with the instructions and a link to Sowtheland's chicken tractor. You can go there and go check it out. But he put materials, but he didn't put how many materials in his plan, like how many pieces of things. And he did not put a cut list. He did put a drawing and that kind of thing, but I can count the pieces now of what I did and how I did it, and I'll do a separate video of that at some other point.